Okay, hello stream. Welcome to a lovely Turning by Dusk game titled The City That Never Wakes. I am your Vampire Master, Sire. Sires already exist. What's the Game Master? What am I?
Sire is good.
Sire
is good.
Sire, I am your Sire for the night. I am, of course, Pi or OfficialPieGuy, and I will be running the game tonight for our two current vampires. We will have a third joining us later in the night. But for now, before I get to describing the game and introducing my players, I meant to make a link. I meant to make a pin message. So in lieu of that, whoopsies, I'm just gonna say, just go buy this main game. Go buy this game. Turning by Dusk isn't here. Go buy this game.
You can get it at ArclightCourt.com.
That was said with such like a TV infomercial vibe. I love it. I do have an ArclightCourt command. Go follow this man on Twitch. But I mean, Arc, you want to introduce yourself? Who are you? And who are you playing?
Yeah, hi. I'm Arc or ArclightCourt. I am the writer of this game, done so on stream in 2 hours in front of an entire audience that tried to break me from writing the game in 2 hours. I'm a TTRPG content creator, game designer, and writer. tonight I am playing Donaviciano or Donovan Romano. You want us to say what vampire we are?
Yeah, go for it. You're shortly going to be described soon, so I don't think the vampire being said early is going to matter.
Awesome. And tonight I am playing the Nosferat, or the Bestial Vampire.
Or as Ark has been telling me in the lead up to this session, hard mode. I don't know which name you want to go by. Do you have a preference?
That's little motherfucking queso right there.
Ray, introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Ray, otherwise known as the Ray Wilds, except for the next 57-ish days. You can find me at Little Queso Cheese with a Z. I'm not gonna explain why, but that's the thing.
And who are you playing?
Yeah. Sorry. I will be playing Jacqueline Smith, otherwise known as Jay, who is a impure vampire, or I do cool brain stuff.
Cool brain stuff. Coolmathgames.com.
I missed that website.
So, I get the lovely opportunity to welcome you all to Manhattan, the city that never sleeps. Except two newly turned vampires find themselves fast asleep in two very uncomfortable coffins. Ray, or Jacqueline, or Jay, your eyes open to strobe lights, various colors, purples, pinks, whites, and you don't know how or why in the world you're laying down on a hardwood surface. Last night was a blur. You know you were with a friend, and then something happened. You're unsure what. Everything kind of hurts right now. Splitting headache, eyes, you know, the feeling of just your eyes hurting after a long night. That feeling of staying up all night. And the faint sound of like one of those really old desktop fans. You know the ones that are metal, the really old school fans. Just going back and forth, oscillating. What would you like to do? And describe your character as you do whatever you do. If you're sitting up, describe your character as you sit up.
Jay's definitely immediately sitting up, and when she sits up, if you know who Aaliyah is, this is exactly what Jay looks like. Medium brown skin, she has this baggy jacket on, baggy jeans, very much she's a 90s baby through and through. She wants to fit in as much as she can. But she's just confused, because where's my friend? Why am I here? How did I get here?
As you look around, I should say for the chat, for the viewers, this game is late 90s, early 2000s setting. As you look around, you get a view of the building, and you are in a large hall. There's a stage at the far end. To your left, there's an entryway, and above the entrance is a Why am I blanking on the stained glass window? It is not hard to tell you are in the Limelight Club, a church turned into a club, which is in its current final days, if you will, of being a club. Next to you is a similar open coffin, and across from you is a coffin with its lid on, with about 4 locks and a whole host of chains wrapped around it.
I'm gonna look at the coffin with the chains on it, just be like, not touching that one. Because if they're locked up, I'm gonna assume it's for a reason. And then I want to just kind of peek my head over into the other open coffin.
As you peek your head into the other open coffin, similar feeling, Arc. Throbbing headache, eyes hurt. Describe your character for us, please.
Well, from what he remembers, Donovan had a light olive skin tone, but had this like freshly white, almost not so bright, but almost like a pearl white face makeup on, black lipstick. His black hair, little wavy, is hanging split down the middle, small curls down to the shoulder. Going out that night, or the night before, whichever it might have been, he had this almost like fishnet t-shirt, this black fishnet t-shirt underneath a white long sleeve button up, but all the buttons to like the center of the chest were undone. The sleeves were rolled all the way up. He had a trench coat and doesn't know where that is or where it went. And these like low waist leather pants, a pair of like thick, clunky combat boots. But as Jay looks in there, that's not what she sees anymore, as the white makeup is now almost like pulled and running off of his face. There's some of it like leaning down his neck. The black lipstick that was on his lips is cracked, and you can see like bluish purple lips underneath there now. And that's what's left of the lips, because the rest of the mouth is just sharp and serrated, jagged teeth. The skin is almost pulled all the way back to his skull. The material that once held his nose in the position it was in seems to be deteriorating and leaving just the large open holes in the center of his face where his nose once was. And he's still just like palms pushing at the pressure of his eyes. He still hasn't even opened them yet, just trying to alleviate that feeling.
I love it so much. We have I am beauty, I am grace, and then nightmare. So Jay, you peer over into this coffin. That's definitely your friend, or what was once your friend.
Yeah. We either had way too much to drink, or somebody gave us something. And he's still just like rubbing at his eyes.
You good? I mean, I think you're right, but You don't look too good.
I'm trying not to look at anything right now.
Don't you have like sunglasses or something in your pockets? You normally
Yeah,
have.
my jacket. And he'll curl his hands around the edge of the coffin that are now 1.5 inches, almost 2 inches longer, each finger. They like just fold over the edge, and he starts raising himself up. And that's when I will open my eyes.
Hey.
You're muted. Amazing professional streamer. You open your eyes. You see Jay next to you. And you likely see your curled hands over the edge of your coffin. You do see you're sitting in a coffin.
Did we go to like a themed party or something that I'm not aware of?
I don't think so. I thought this was just supposed to be a normal day for us.
And when Donovan turns to Jay, his eyes are completely blacked out. Like shark eye completely blacked out.
Oh, babes.
I just gotta find my jacket.
I think we need to find more than just your jacket.
You look around the club, and you do see your jacket. You do see your trench coat. It is on a coat hanger on the opposite side near another wall. But in classic first brand new DM to a brand new system way of introducing an immediate challenge, a streak of sun crosses between you and the coat rack. Not that you know, but
Nope,
there is a streak of sun between you and your trench coat.
It's hangovers suck. And he's just like keep his hands fanned over his face, but is still going to attempt to walk over to grab his coat.
Jay, not that you would know either. I mean, you do realize, you do see your friend is now a monster.
Yeah. I'm gonna just walk in the same direction towards the coat.
As you walk in together towards the coat rack to get Donovan's trench coat, you hear a voice from the far end of the club near the stage. Wait. Please don't do that. Stop what you're doing.
Getting the coat?
Yeah.
Let me explain. Can you just get a little closer, please?
I mean, okay.
Jay is gonna stand behind Donovan at this point. She's just gonna slide herself behind him.
As you walk closer to the stage, walking out into view of the various strobe lights, is a young-looking figure. Long hair. His face looks like it's covered in makeup of various sorts. He's wearing a leather jacket. Some sort of graphic tee for insert early 2000s band here.
It's a Nirvana shirt.
Yeah. It 100% is. Before I decided to run all this, the sire was originally gonna be wearing a Oh no, what's the band? Fred Durst.
Kiss? Limp Biscuit?
They were gonna be wearing a Limp Bizkit graphic tee,
Oh my god.
but no, it's Nirvana, and some sort of leather-looking pants, and those really high, boots, the ones that have like 17 different, you know the ones,
Straps and,
yeah,
and buckles and everything.
exactly. And as you get closer, he says, "So, the two of you are awake. That's good. I don't know how to break it to you, but welcome to Undeath."
Excuse me, what?
A cool club name.
Yeah, this is a lot harder than the other said it would
This
be.
was Limelight. Did we change clubs?
You're vampires.
They might be renamed.
Pause.
What?
I had to prove myself to the other sires here in Manhattan. And the two of you, well, three of you, looks towards the chained coffin, looked the most worthy to me. And so I turned you. And this is, despite looking very young, internally young, this is very much like a young person. Like, he was turned at a young age, like 21, 22 years old. Like, you are staring at someone who, despite calling himself a sire, having turned you as vampires, he doesn't know what he's doing.
I think it's as Donovan like raised his hand in front of him to put a finger up is when he realizes just how long his fingers are. Jackie.
Mm-hmm.
Are
Did you
my
say-
hands...
So you see that too? Thought I was tripping.
I wasn't aiming for that. I was aiming for more like you. And he points to Jackie.
No, this is just a bad trip. This is different. Donovan, I told you to say no. This has to be just a bad trip. And like she's full blown like low key pacing, just like nope, nah, Tell her everything's fine. Everything's fine. Everything's perfectly normal. I'm gonna wake up again, and this is all gonna be a dream. Yeah. Because there's no way you said vampire.
Donovan takes his hands and starts touching at his face and feels that his nose is almost completely gone. And there's just the two open slits. And then just all of the teeth on the front of his face.
You're a land shark.
Yeah. I would like to roll against hunger.
Yes, our first roll,
Very
and
great, sire.
being the creator of the game, would you like to describe the game mechanic?
Absolutely. Turning by Dusk is a simple 1d6 system where you are tracking a cumulated number, which is your hunger, and you're trying to roll equal to or greater than your hunger score to succeed and contain and control your vampiric curse. these things, and you roll against hunger in moments of emotional distress, physical distress, the acquisition of new vampire powers, and also the longer you have gone without feeding. Once you fail, you immediately feed on the nearest possible thing that aligns with the hunger type of the vampire style you are playing. Donovan's freaking the fuck out. As what was once a very muscular, well-built individual to now see that he is losing at least what he can see and feel. He's losing that muscle. He's lost that muscle mass. His fingers are long and almost claw-like. He has no nose. He doesn't know about his eyes yet, but he does know he's got a mouth full of serrated teeth at this point. So my hunger is at 1 currently. And I rolled a 1, so I meets it, beats it, but my hunger does increase.
It would be the creator of the game to somehow get an immediate fail that's not a fail.
Yes. But as his hunger increases in this moment, instead of giving over to this rush of rage and an animalistic call for an answer, the rest of his nose just flattens away as that animalistic feature completes. And Jackie, you start to see parts of his ear are pushing out from underneath his hair.
You know,
So weird.
I feel almost as if with such an emotional situation that our vampire who feeds on emotions should also roll.
Nope, here too. Okie dokie. Oh, Jesus. That's a 2. I barely.
Well, thankfully, even if you made a 1, even if you made a 1, you still succeed, and your hunger, you fight against the hunger, but your hunger goes up.
Yes.
Yes, so you tap into the emotional. You know, as Jackie taps into the emotions of Donovan, is it rage that is felt?
Well, yes. You kidnapped me and my best friend. You turned us into vampires for a group project that you're hoping to get an A on, in order to fit in with the cool kids. You just dropped on 2 people that woke up as vampires, that vampires are real, and now you're one of them. Welcome. Hello. Good unlife to you now. Absolute rage, but it is a like defensive, almost fraternal aggression because Jackie got caught up in this as well.
Jay feeling that, since she was already like anxious, her anxiety just dialed up a little bit more. So now she's pacing even faster, like this cannot be happening. She's just mumbling to herself about like, I need to wake up now. So she's like tapping her cheeks, trying to like wake up, like doing the whole like pinch herself to see if she's dreaming. Just if the physical embodiment of an anxiety attack was happening, that's what Jackie looks like. Just so let me get this straight. You, pointing to the sire, you decided to take us and put us in boxes because you were bored?
No, not exactly. Many sires rule over Manhattan, and if I needed to fit in, I had to find some
Fit in.
progeny of my own, and they had to prove their worth to prove my worth.
The failed garage band wanted to fit in. Picked us.
Who's in
Stuck
the
us in a
other box?
They are a bit more rowdy than the two of you. That's why I needed to chain them up a little bit. I'm not sure when they'll wake.
Rowdy. You kidnapped us. And one of us was rowdy.
Because we're supposed to be calm.
I am going to use, without realizing it, my bestial transformation.
Okay.
And I am going on the halfway point, not transforming into an entire animal. Not wild shaping, more lycanthropy.
Like
transformation.
Yeah, like I'm blanking on everything today. Like what's the Hugh Jackman movie?
Van Helsing.
Yeah, like Van Helsing.
Yes. And this is more, the word vampire is still just on repeat in his head over and over again. And engaging the bestial transformation, he becomes essentially just like a Bigfoot version of Nosferatu. There's just, the skin is immediately grayed. The white button-up shirt that he was wearing just starts ripping, as you can see his spine like arch, and there are protrusions that are trying to come out but aren't fully formed from his shoulders and down his spine. The skin goes immediately this like slate gray, almost blue. The eyes become more bulbous, sitting outside of the socket. The ears going even more pointed. And I will roll against hunger for engaging my bestial power. My bestial transformation.
Arc on the speed run of the night.
I succeed with a 4, but my hunger increases to 3.
Ayo, chill.
Yo. And I will. I was gonna say I close the distance to be right in front of this person. Now, just like absolute Joker.
Oh,
like just standing over the top of him in his humanoid form of whoever this sire is.
As you're transforming, as you're in this process, he does begin like talking like, well, wait now. I got the two of you on the way out of a club. Think of it like this. You can go to clubs eternally now. As you're over him.
Jay at this point is fully just staring at Donovan, just like, oh shit.
The fishnet t-shirt does stay intact, though.
Yeah. Except this fur popping through it.
It's like Hulk shorts.
It's like Hulk shorts.
Listen, I'm a Marvel kid. Most of my references will be Marvel.
Just standing over this entity.
Hey, buddy. Let's not... I don't like him either, but let's not eat our only source of information.
Listen, both of you now have eternal life. You can do whatever you
Stop
want.
talking, or I will let him bite you. Yeah, I don't need the excuses right now. Because at this point, I think Jay's now feeding off of Donovan's anger. Like, her anxiety's gone. Now she's just pissed. She's just like, I don't want to hear it. You wanted to get a gold star in class. And so we're here.
The makeup on his face is definitely running from the hot breath of Donovan, which you can see underneath the makeup. Not as grotesque as Donovan when he woke up, but it's definitely like that classic bestial vampire. Like, a lot of his features are like twisted, you know what I mean? Like the mouth is more upturned than normal. His nose is pointing a bit more upwards.
Yeah.
The eyes are a bit more angled. Like, the makeup was doing a lot of work to cover the vampirism. And he doesn't say a word. He's...
What do we do now?
Survive? He puts out a hand and checks a watch. Well, the sun's going down soon. And if you can survive to find a home of your own, then all of us will be welcomed to the cast of vampires here in Manhattan.
But we don't even get to stay here.
Theatrics?
I'm gonna kick you in your kneecap.
Do we survive the night?
Yes. If you can make it through the night, improve yourselves, we'll all be welcomed.
Prove ourselves.
Two long fingers over the shoulder, thumb around the neck, other two fingers under the, arm around the torso. And Donovan's going to lift this person high into the air.
Okay, well, I would wager that this is probably a challenge. There's probably some challenge to this.
Oh, yeah.
So I will ask you to roll.
My hunger is currently at 3, so let's
Yeah. It's only half of a d6.
I rolled exactly a 3, so hunger goes to 4.
And meet to beat is not a fail within turning by dusk.
Is not a fail.
Okay. So
I will say I am not attempting to kill this person. This is just the aggression has to go somewhere.
Yeah.
And I've tried asking how so many times and gotten no answers. So he's just like, okay, now pay attention to me. How?
He like very quickly stammers out, survive the night, feed on who you can, find your own place to rest.
And what is your name?
I want to do something. I'm going to do something very stupid. because I think it's hilarious that I've already presented this guy as kind of a wimp. Kevin. There was a spit take.
Little queso spit take. That means this series off. This one shot is already off to a great success.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know what name you was finna say. I was not expecting Kevin. Huh. I'm good. I was anyway. Not expecting Kevin.
Donovan will then just put him down into whatever chair or side of the stage he was sitting on, and then just set him there. And then everything will slowly start pulling back as his body starts recompressing into the initial form that he was in.
He does like the classic, like catching breath that isn't there because he's a vampire.
It scared him into his old human habits.
Yes, exactly.
Jay at this point's gonna walk over and just look you dead in your eyes and just like, why do I feel like you're hiding something? And she's fully trying. She doesn't realize she's doing it, but she's trying to read your mind.
Kevin or?
Yeah, me or Kevin?
Kevin.
Okay. Yeah. You're gonna roll me a lovely little.
Yes, using your powers means rolling against your hunger,
which is only at the 2. But that's a 5.
Okay, so you succeed, but your hunger goes up. As you delve into the mind and thoughts of Kevin, the Dread Lord Kevin, the Dread Vampire Kevin, there's definitely something that is being hidden that he has not fully told you all. It's in the back of his mind, as there is definitely fear which takes over most of his thoughts. But in the far back of his mind, there is something he is not telling you all, which is, if even one of you don't survive the night, the vampires of Manhattan will deem you all 4 of you, a failure, and will likely come after you.
You signed a death pact.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You signed a death pact using our names, and we didn't sign up for this.
It's how things work here in New York.
If one of us die, we all die.
Which is why I picked those who I thought would do well. You're all accustomed to nightlife.
Unfortunately, that means we have to work with you. So how do we live?
I'm only supposed to oversee everything. You, he checks his watch again, are to go out into the city, find your own sources to feed, and find a suitable resting spot before sun comes up. And we're all put back into hiding.
Donovan takes the lid from one of the coffins and uses it to block that ray of sunlight that was still coming in, to go over and grab his jacket, put it on, and then again use it to cover it before walking back over into the main area.
And you do know the light is dwindling. Like, from when you woke up to now, it has gone down. The sun is definitely beginning to set proper.
Kevin, I think it might be in your best interest to leave.
I agree. And without another word, rather than a single bat, because I think this is much more fun in vampire movies, lore, and whatnot, he transforms into a swarm of bats and leaving the two of you in silence.
I don't hate a lot of people. I do hate that guy.
When this is over, we'll do what we have to deal with him.
Deal.
If we were as we are when we woke up, Donovan will point over towards the very heavily locked and secured coffin. I don't think it'll be safe for him if Kevin was still here when he woke up.
You're probably right.
So Donovan will reach into the jacket and pull out a pair of very small, rounded sunglasses.
Like the ones that fit on the bridge of your nose?
But they have the arms, but they're very small. They're not meant to cover the entire eye. They're just meant to be like an accessory. They're not meant to actually function as anything. And he goes to put them on, and the only reason why they're sitting in place is because of his ears, as there is now no nose to the front of his face. So, what do we do now?
Unfortunately, I guess we need to do what he says. Find a place by sundown or sunup that's safe. And try not to kill people on our way through.
I'm pretty sure people are gonna die tonight.
Wishful thinking. We got each other. We can keep each other from going too crazy.
And right there is where we're going to go on break. As we await a little bit of an extended break, as we await our third vampire, who I think should be joining soon, if I have my timing correct. So we are going to go on break, where I'm going to put us on the Be Right Back screen. Thank you everyone for watching. We might be on a bit longer break than normally, but we'll be back soon, hopefully, with all three vampires. hello everyone. Welcome back to the city that never wakes. We have our third vampire with us. Jumping right into where we left off, as other way. As the two of you, Donovan and Jackie, are getting ready to leave the limelight, the third coffin, chained multiple locks, begins to rattle and shake. As you get ready to investigate, as your heads turn towards it, Victor and Javante, introduce yourself.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children, non-binary findings and hellions of all walks of life. I almost did the Road Dog intro. My name is Javante, and I'll be playing Victor Vic Solomon. As the coffin just kind of begins to shake, and there's just a very muffled, I wasn't that drunk. Why? Where am I? Just a hand pushing against the coffin lid. Oh, fucking...
Which does not
Is this
budge.
somebody's trunk? Start slamming a fist against it.
Donovan will go and start peeling the chains off from around this makeshift coffin. But is staying at arm's reach from the coffin after removing the chains.
After you hear chains falling, Victor, you, just like as I described to the other two, you wake up with this pounding headache. Your eyes hurt as if you've been up for multiple nights in a row. You hear the sound of chains falling, and after about the fourth or fifth time, you're able to poof and push open the lid of the coffin to seeing strobe lights of various colors above you.
This isn't the first time. But I have bad cotton mouth. Where am I? And for audience's sake, Vic, aka Victor Solomon, looks pretty much a more grungy version of Jonathan Davis, aka the lead singer of Korn. Kind of ratty dreadlocks, tattoos running up his neck, some along his cheeks, some across his temple, completely covering his arms. A shirt that has like the full V, fully like pushed out, patches of chest hair visible, 2 snake bites, just everything that is 90s alternative nu metal made manifest to this one guy who immediately like reaches back and plucks a probably at this point not burning joint from behind his ear. Looking over to the person that just pried open the coffin, which I'm assuming is Donovan, and just
they're not all too regular looking. Would you like to re-describe yourself, Donovan?
There is a mouthful of serrated teeth, lips that look like they've been like pulled and stretched too far back. No nose. There's just 2 large slits in the front of his face. Small round sunglasses that seem to be sitting over completely black eyes. Long black hair to the shoulder that's kind of wavy, still looks damp for some reason, but is entirely almost like slate cobalt gray. Fingers like an inch and a half longer than what they should be, in a long black trench coat, a black fishnet shirt, leather low cut pants, and big chunky fucking combat boots.
Oh fuck. Am I still high?
No.
Okay. Nice costume. Where am I?
Not a costume.
Oh, that's fucked.
Yeah. And not what I looked like the night before either. We were told you were the rowdy problem of us three, and that's why they chained you closed.
Give me a sec.
We are...
Rolls to his side and like pulls himself a little bit more out of the coffin. So, don't remember much of last night, which is par for the course. Gonna be honest with you. So listen, tall, dark, and scary. What's your fucking nomenclature? What's your name?
Donovan.
Donovan. All right. Hi, I'm Vic. Pleasure to meet you. First part of my thing here. Where am I?
We're in the Limelight Club right now, but we need to get out of here before staff shows up to open for the night.
Oh shit. Okay.
At this point, Jay's just gonna pop around from behind Donovan. Otherwise, we die.
Jesus fuck. Okay. How did you? All right.
I've been here.
Cool.
And would you like to re-describe yourself?
Yeah, so again, what you're looking at is essentially a slightly paler version of Aaliyah. She's about 5'4"-ish, brown skin, long hair, baggy hoodie, baggy jeans, and she looks almost normal if it isn't for the almost grayish tint to her skin. Otherwise, you really wouldn't be able to tell anything different about Jay. And she just kind of looks at you, just, hi.
Either one of you have a light? Thanks. I kind of figured it'd be you. So, all right. So finding a way out of here before staff show up and we die. That's the prerogative.
First step.
What's step 2?
Step 2 is finding somewhere to safely be before the sun comes up.
And speaking of, as you light the joint, Vic, and you put it in your mouth, you feel fangs as your tongue kind of goes over your teeth. 2 very prominent fangs that were definitely not there the night before, unless you got a little freaky, then they might have been.
There's just a little. There's a little pause. He touches his tongue to it. Shit. One sec. He's going to reach into his pocket and just like fish around, pulls out a shard of glass. Ah, shit. Well, the funny thing is, and as he just like smiles, and there's just 2 silver teeth that have been pushed down to where the new fangs have broken through the actual silver, so it's just like a crowning of the teeth. Those still there. I'm taking this really well, because if I don't, I think I'm going to have an aneurysm.
I think you didn't take it well initially, which is why we, and gestures over towards Jay, made the person who did this to us leave before you got up.
Oh, who did this to us?
Some
Kevin?
asshole named Kevin.
I think your standard garage band wannabe.
Oh, douche canoe, got you. He's just gonna get out of the coffin. Yeah, no, that sounds like a Kevin. Okay.
And if we don't make it through the night, the other vampires of Manhattan are going to kill us as well as Kevin.
So vampires are real. That's the thing that I've learned today. That's great.
Yep.
So getting out, that's nice. Well, we didn't try it. Like, I'm assuming that you all were polite and just were waiting for me before you all decided to leave.
Yes, and also there was still sunlight, and points over to where there's like maybe an inch left of sunlight coming through one of the like windows hitting the ground.
The tiniest bit. The sun is ready to set, and without being too cringeworthy, even though I have to say this, the vampires are ready to come out to play.
I'm gonna point over to Jay. You look like you have an actual like established house.
I have an apartment.
Oh, fuck. One or two
It's not
bedrooms.
far from here.
Okay.
That should be good.
Cool. Gestures over to Donovan. I'm presuming that it's okay that we don't try to go to your place on the grounds of you look like warmed over hell.
I haven't lived here in years. I came here to see my friend and hang out with family on a small vacation. And now it seems like I'm not leaving anytime soon.
That sucks, buddy. I live at a homeless shelter, so this is completely not a good idea for me to go anywhere. So it's your place. Looking to Jay.
I mean, we don't have any other options, so it's just a 20-minute walk.
Hell yeah.
I think we can make that.
20-minute walk, and excuse for you, points over to Donovan. You're from Yonkers.
I'm looking around the space now to see if they have any of the like long drape curtains that they would use to cover the windows.
Oh, yeah.
I'm just gonna tear a whole like yard of it off from the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
And very Legacy of Kain Soul Reaver, I'm going to throw it up and around to where it sits over this portion of the face like a scarf, essentially.
How convenient that right here in the book under managing consequences is record property damage.
Mm-hmm. In case anybody's keeping track, if they gotta pay it back or take care of it later.
Speaking of that, are we anywhere near the club that would have alcohol?
You're in the
club.
We're upstairs.
Cool. I'm just going to go ahead and just grab a bottle of Grey Goose.
Sure, yeah.
So, y'all ready to get out of here?
Yeah, lead the way. This is not the first time I've been escorted out of a club.
I'll be behind you.
Don't like that you said it like that. That's an unsettling way to say things.
That's just Donovan. Don't worry about him.
Oh, okay. So he's just an unsettling person. That's what we're established.
I'd say unsettling, intense, maybe. Yeah.
I'm looking for a back exit. I'm going for whatever the opposite exit is that Jay and Vic are going to go through.
Mm-hmm.
Into like an alley or something like that.
There's definitely an alley. Do Jay and Vic head out just the front door?
Seems like the easiest option.
Not so much an alley door, but like a side door. The least amount of eyes.
Okay. So as you all head out the side of the building and into the cold air of Manhattan, it is a chilly day. It is a chilly, because I have to be cliche, it is a chilly October day, or October night. Clouds above, the sun has begun to set proper. As you step outside, I'm going to immediately ask Victor to roll their hunger dice.
Hell yeah. So you roll a d6. Your hunger is currently 1. If you meet it, you beat it.
So I rolled a 5.
Nice. Your
As you
hunger will
all-
now increase to 2.
2.
As you all step outside, for Victor, as you step outside into Manhattan proper, the sights, the sounds, the smells all come rushing to you. It's New York. You smell blood in the air. But you're able to, not immediately go chasing it. But there's blood.
Never thought I would actually end up liking the smell of the city. That's unnerving.
Just a smidge.
Just a little bit. That's gonna make other things real awkward. How are you holding up looking at Jay?
I mean, I'm good for now. I mean, processing. I mean, I don't know. I was told essentially that we were someone's group project. And if one of us dies, we all die. I don't know what else.
That's fucked up. So what? All of us have to get a passing grade or we all lose? There's no... What? This is the No Child Left Behind program, but for vampires?
Yeah, and except one of our team members is like the one that doesn't do any of the work, but takes all the credit.
Oh, okay, well. Yeah, that's about right. Kind of explains why I... like, looking down at my fist, which clearly has bruises. Man, I fucked people up. What had happened? I have to stop drinking.
Because I don't know what happened yesterday.
Okay. I wonder how, what's his face? Donovan? Wonder how he's doing.
Yeah. Where is he, by the way? And she just starts looking around, just like...
Is there anybody in that alleyway that I went out into?
As you step out into your alleyway, there doesn't appear to be any... granted, you hear human life. It's Manhattan. If you don't hear people, something's wrong. You don't see... you can see people passing by the alleyway, but you don't see any people in the alleyway. You do... And I'm gonna hurt everyone's souls with this. You ready for this? You do see a cat. An orange cat in the alley.
Donovan transforms. I am going to choose to fail this roll. As I turn into what is essentially the Dobermans from Resident Evil 1.
The Cerberus.
The movie. From the movie in specific, where they look ruddy.
Yeah.
Like the decomposition hasn't started yet, but they look worn. And I am eating that cat.
So I think for Victor and Jay, as you look behind and are looking for Donovan, you don't see him. You hear him. Something...
You hear a dog and a cat fighting.
Yeah.
And then the cat loses.
And then the cat loses.
Oh, I think he's doing fine.
Oh, I hope that wasn't what I thought it was.
Do you want me to go find out, or do you want to, see the gruesome details?
You got that.
Okay, cool.
Stay right here.
Gonna head over to that alleyway. I think I'm about to live the exact thing that I said in my server that I wanted to do.
I will either leave it to imagination or let Donovan describe the aftermath.
It will not be. You won't get flagged by PETA for this.
Mhm.
But mechanically, for the crew and for viewers, now that I have satiated my hunger on either animal flesh or human body parts, my hunger resets to 1, but I gain a new power. And for Donovan, his second power is regeneration. So as Vic comes down the alleyway, at the end of the cacophony of a bestial battle to the ends, Donovan is putting the trench coat back on. Clothes, or the rest of the clothes are back on, but the trench coat is the last one, and the scarf isn't as high up anymore. As you can see, his nose has started to reform off the front of his face, and even his lips have now gotten fuller, enough to cover the teeth, but they're still bulging and pressing against the back of his lips. Sorry.
The leprosy look isn't bad.
I can't keep Jay okay if I don't do that.
Looking around. Damn. Now that's art, though. That's real impressive. Yeah. Oh, no, you're definitely keeping people safe with that. That's crazy.
I'm keeping Jay safe. And you safe. At least for tonight.
Ooh, that has a little bit of a hint of a threat in there, buddy.
As threat's not for you. That fucker Kevin is gonna get it after tonight.
Well, I'm just gonna pat him on the arm. Looking forward to seeing it. Anyways, we're heading down the street, so if you wanna, follow up or something.
He'll pull it just over the mouth.
We'll keep this little thing between us. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Head back out. Look over to Jay. He's fine.
I'm gonna choose to believe that. And she's
Why
just
would
gonna
I
walk.
lie?
I know what I heard, but I'm gonna pretend I didn't hear it.
Cats. It happens. We're in New York. They freak out over anything.
Again, I'm gonna.
And to be fair, Jay, kind of somebody to freak out of. Not Jay. Jeez. Donovan, kind of somebody to freak out about.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're headed this way, and she's just gonna walk off.
So all three of you are a group again, or is Donovan still on his own some?
I'm like 1 or 2 people behind them as far as walking down everything.
Okay. I'm gonna do the classic thing of just for the sake of things, opening Google Maps.
What does New York look like?
Yeah, New York. Because
You can
believe
go
it
to
or not,
6th and 18th, and I know for a fact there are apartments there because my aunt lives over there.
listen, I may be from here, but listen, even a native has to,
There's a Macy's right there on 6th. It's right around the corner from the Macy's.
I like to imagine that's Donovan's go-to. We're going to the Macy's.
I know where Jay's apartment is at because of the Macy's. That's my point of reference.
That's amazing. So
That'd be real dangerous to have a Macy's that close to Jay's home. All of her paycheck gone.
But you always have such nice furniture. You might get new furniture every 3 months, but it's always nice.
Listen, and something fun. We're in the early 2000s. If you take a good 30-minute walk towards Times Square, there's still Toys R Us.
Donovan's definitely going there.
Change of plans. We're spending the night at Toys R Us.
That's only because Ark can't go to a Toys R Us now.
This is totally out of game, and this is a very funny conversation to have mid vampires. They're making a comeback.
I hope so.
I know they've started coming back in Canada, but I think there are mini Toys R Us's popping up. I think the first mini Toys R Us was like in Chicago. Something like that.
New Boston. Got it.
Okay. So as you all head out and begin walking through Manhattan. I mean, what's there to say? You're vampires in Manhattan. There are sights, there are sounds, there are people. You know, even in the early 2000s, you'll see, you know, Donovan, you catch sight of a couple people walking their way too big dogs for Manhattan. It's Manhattan. And I think the best thing I should do, simply because of the overwhelming sights, sounds, and everything, is as you get into the city proper, all of you roll your d6.
I got a 4. I'm good.
I got a
Those
5.
dogs.
That was a 1. I am not good.
Oh.
Because my hunger's 3.
So, creator of the game.
Empire now must feast.
Mm-hmm.
Now must feed. In your hunger type, for your specific vampire, what does it say?
Memories and emotions through telepathic connection.
So you're going to pick the nearest closest human and feed on their memories and emotions and tether yourself to them now.
And I'll ask you, Ray, to describe the emotions or memories, even the full person if you'd like, of who you feed on in this moment. And for visuals, you're on a street block, you know, you're walking through Manhattan. You're just on the sidewalk.
I think Jay at this point, like the closest person to her, considering it's like evening-ish time, it's probably just gonna be like some random middle-aged woman that just happened to be walking down the street. And because I literally have to stare a person down, I think Jay's just gonna like grab them by the wrist and kind of pull them out of like in a like kind of alleyway and essentially do the world's most intense staring contest. And again, since I'm assuming this is like some middle-aged woman, like I'm getting a whole rundown of like her family life. She probably has the whole nuclear family, 2 kids, a daughter, son, a husband. They have a dog named Joe. And it's just her whole life just...
And it's definitely
like
a Shih Tzu.
Yeah, some little ankle biter barky thing. And it's just like, if you put a movie on like ×3 speed,
Mm-hmm.
that's how she's seeing all of these memories.
And
for the Empire, you are now permanently a part of all of those memories to that person. You were there in all of those moments that you fed on.
Oof.
And you get a new power.
And you get a new power, and I believe, as the way it was described, is you leave behind essentially a drained husk.
Mm-hmm.
As they drop against the wall of the building in the alleyway, which, unfortunately for the time and for being Manhattan, a lot of people, to Donovan and Victor, people look and then keep walking. but you definitely watch this happen as Jay grabs this middle-aged woman, rips them into an alleyway, and then there's a husk. And I'm gonna ask you, Ray, what power, what secondary power does Jay manifest?
She picks up the perpetual charm, or how
Preternatural.
that
Mm-hmm.
charm. I can't read today. It's fine.
It's all good.
So now she's just a smidge more charming than before.
And your hunger goes back to 1, correct?
Yes.
I never want to do that again.
You were there on Thanksgiving. You know, you were invited to Thanksgiving to this woman's house, and you dog sit one time, you dog sat one time. You're in the memories.
When she wakes up, she will try and find you. That looks a lot nicer than what I had to do.
It didn't feel that nice.
You look better.
Thanks, I guess. Dude, she had a dog.
Sounds good.
I'm gonna just pretend I didn't hear that.
Crazy.
Let's go
We're just
before
gonna keep
anybody sees
walking
that.
now. Jay's power walking now. She's just like,
Continue to follow. Just notating all of this in my brain.
Mm-hmm. As you continue walking, sights and sounds of Manhattan, people go about their night to and from. There are a lot of people in. Now that the night begins to become a thing, there are definitely more people with similar clothing of Donovan or Jay. The party people are coming out. The clubs begin to play their music. With, you know, even though hearing is one of the powers, just because it's fun, I'm going to say, you know, as you all begin going through the night, you do way far, muffled in the back, hear the music of the Limelight, you know, drifting off as the clubs, like I said, become active. And as the music plays, you know, in my head, I'm just picturing the club scene from Blade and the music from Blade.
Yes.
Because, I mean, come on, if we're going to cliche things, we're going to cliche things. The three of you, and we'll say you're not far from the apartment. Jay, you know where you live. You're getting closer and closer. However, as you get closer, you see a group of 4 walking towards you. And they seem to almost be like a dark versions of yourselves. There's someone dressed in the, you know, mesh clothing. There's someone who looks like they're straight out of a metal band, etc., etc. One of them looks very hairy. One of them, you know, licking their teeth. Except there's 4 of them. You've only
They have
been
Ashanti and
vampires.
we have Aaliyah?
Yeah. You've only been vampires for, let's say, 2 to 3 hours at this point. You can recognize vampires. They're a group of vampires walking your way. But they seem a lot more confident. They have been vampires.
Well, shit.
Can't we just cross the street and avoid them? I don't think we need problems, Ryan.
We just keep walking. We're all the same now.
Okay. Just
As
keep
you
walking.
keep walking, and only because I have them in my mind, I'm not going to give them a voice or anything, but picture the lead guy as just looking like Vampire Fred Durst.
I thought I was muted.
Oh, I'm glad you weren't. I'm so glad you weren't muted. Oh, that's so funny. I'm not gonna imitate Fred Durst. I'm just gonna talk normally. So, fresh faces. Who got you?
Is it customary for us to say, or is this a mind your own business kind of situation?
You can tell us. I mean, our sire will find out eventually if you make it through the night.
Oh, well, then I guess news will trickle down. It's been a long day, dude.
The similar beastly looking vampire who's not hiding himself. Like, he's fully just... You can see the teeth, the gnarled, like, fangs and everything. He looks to you, Donovan, and says, "You got something right there. You might want to brush it off."
We're just trying to get through the night. Don't make it hard.
The lead vampire laughs. We can't have a little fun between brothers? It's the night. We're supposed to own it.
You had your first night. We'd like to have ours.
Understood. I understand the feeling. I'd be trying my hardest too if my sire was such a... Boy, you got the shit stick of luck.
How? Okay, this is Fred Dursty.
This is a vampire Fred Durst.
Vic is going to very confidently pull the bottle of Grey Goose that has been in his coat and just unscrew the cap. Just loud enough for it to like break the tension a little. Just if you don't mind frosted tips, we're heading somewhere.
You know, I like you. I like the two of you. Not certain about you. Looks towards Jay. You've been oddly quiet for a newly turned. The two of you, you're fun.
Donovan moves to be immediately in front of Jay. Like to cut his eye line off from looking at Jay.
Mm-hmm.
Jay's just gonna tap Donovan on the back. It's fine. We're just trying to get home, and this conversation had nothing for me to say.
Fair enough.
So if you'll excuse us, we're just gonna skedaddle right past. And Jay's just gonna try to with as much confidence as she can have, just kind of walk in between the group to keep going.
They kind of part a little bit. The similar brutish looking vampire of the other group kind of steps like in the way of you a little bit, but then moves out of the way. Like not directly in the way, like you have to shoulder budge him to move past him, but he doesn't stop you, you know?
I gotta roll hunger. I failed. So I'll go back down to 1 because I rolled a 1 and my hunger was 2.
No.
When the other brute refuses to move and Jay has to essentially shoulder past them, like into the other one's ribs or like upper midsection, essentially. Donovan's arms swell a little bit wider, and he grabs the front of the other Nosferat, and just turns and pins him into the wall of the closest, like, shop or store that's right there.
Mm-hmm.
Manners. Mind them.
Donovan.
He's still holding.
You
The
need to know.
other Nosferat goes to say something, but is cut off by Vampire Durst. I knew I liked you for a reason. This is gonna be a fun night for the three of you. And he looks to his cohort and says, "We can let him pass. We don't have trouble with them tonight."
Donovan will let go of the front of them, and as he does, he didn't realize that he had dug his almost 3-inch, 4-inch long fingers into this person's chest.
Mm-hmm.
And when he lets his hands out, he just...
And as you do so, similar to your own powers of regeneration, you see the marks begin to rebuild, essentially.
seal up.
Yeah. A good sound of... Yeah.
And Donovan will move to be with Jay.
As you all pass each other, can Victor roll me a hunger die, please? Can you roll me their hunger die? And what is your hunger at right now?
Should be at 2 right now. I'm still passing.
As you... I'm going to impart my own little rule here, Arc.
Ooh.
I would
Go
like
for
you to, similar to Mecha Hack, I would like you to roll disadvantage, actually, and take the lowest number.
Well, now I have failed.
Now you have failed. And I ask you to roll with disadvantage for a very specific reason. Because Fred Durst, as he walks past you, turns around and shouts out, "Grey Goose."
Yeah?
Looking a little famished. And as you kind of turn to look at him, his claws, these massive claws, come out. And just a random passerby gets slashed in the throat and pushed directly into you as they walk away laughing. And you can taste the blood in the air as this person is pushed into you, as gushing like deep strike through the throat. This person is not going to live. They wanted you to, as a vampire practical joke, force you to eat this person, force you to feed.
He will just not even like acknowledging the person, will bite. Eyes are not leaving that vampire as he's walking away. Just full focus, still feeding.
They laugh into the distance. They are laughing to each other as they go street by street by street. Jay and Donovan, you all hear this, and if you didn't turn around, you definitely can turn around to the sounds of someone being feasted upon.
Turn around to the laughing initially, and then see Bride of Dracula moment happening.
All right. Step 3.
And I believe you manifest a new power. So as your
Yes.
hunger is dropped to 1, what does Victor manifest?
I'm looking at my power list. I think, for funsies, I think he's gonna manifest telepathy.
Okay.
All right. Like still holding the person, realizing they're probably dead by this point. Like I have drained them, and just going to walk over to an alleyway, pop open a dumpster, and just toss the body in and close it.
As you open the dumpster, there's 3 other bodies inside.
No. No, do not. I'm just gonna do it. Close it. Think about it. My brain went to a completely different spot. My brain was just like quote from bad horror movie. No, throw the. Step 3. We'll work on everything else later. And head back to the group, wipe my mouth. That was fun.
I hate it here.
It's New York, you're supposed to.
I should have moved out when I had the chance. Anyway.
But why? Right now, the Yankees are on the season of a lifetime.
I don't know what that means.
Oh shit! Watch sports, kid. Fuck.
You from across the street, someone shouts out, "Yo, fuck the Yankees!"
Yo, fuck you. Nothing.
Blood still at the edge of the mouth. Hey, fuck you.
Go suck your mother.
We found the Nets.
No, the unfortunate thing is I'm a Mets fan.
Oh, gross! Boo.
Listen, to be fair, I'm an all New York team fan. I'm which is probably even more controversial than just being a Mets fan. I rep them all.
Yeah, but you picked the Mets.
As
Listen,
someone who worked for a like an MLB baseball team, why?
listen,
Anyway,
listen. My family love the Mets. Okay, Mr. Met is a national treasure.
As
Mr.
someone who
Wood.
is as someone who is currently in a state with the worst baseball team, we are still down by 2 today.
Mr. Met is a never mind.
Don't you be bad mouthing Mr. Met.
He's a national icon up there with Ronald Reagan and
That
Ronald
man,
McDonald.
that
The
man,
team I worked
that is
for,
a
we
wife
flame
guy.
Mr. Met all the
Mr. Met's
time.
a wife guy. Have you seen Miss Met?
Again, I can't say the team I worked for because that would dox the living daylights out of me. But just know, my team made fun of the mascots all the time.
Unbelievable, unbelievable. It's this is fun that I'm glad that Jay lives so close to Limelight because it gives me an out, if you will, for not playing so late into the night, especially on a Monday. You do find your apartment, you find where you live, and because I think it's funny, it's a fancy fucking high rise. There's a guy at the front door and all who recognizes you as you walk by. Probably an older man who is happy to see you back. Probably recognizes you as well, Donovan. There's probably a friendship with the front door guy.
Hey, Jerome, just stay over there. I think we caught something last night. I don't want you getting sick.
Got it. The two of you doing okay for the night?
Yeah, just it was
You want me to send anything up?
No, we're good.
Uh,
Gestures at Vic. He's with us, by the way.
Got
So-
it. I'll make sure that security know you have another guest.
A buddy of mine from Vegas.
Any luck
That's
over there,
me,
Donovan?
That's me, Vic Vegas.
Any
You're
luck in the?
welcome.
You bring any luck from the casinos back to New York with you?
Oh, I hope I brought more than I got right now. It might be in my bag upstairs.
Well, welcome home, and he lets you all in.
Thanks. Just scurries.
I will protect Jerome with my entire unlife. I want that to be known right now.
This man does not die.
We ever run a second game?
Can't believe my new nickname is Hit Food Network and Bar Rescue television star Chef Vic Vegas.
You're welcome.
Boy.
You all now the fun question: do you take the elevator? Or do you take the stairs?
59 flights of stairs.
What floor do I live on?
I feel like for the fun factor and the describing factor, it's high enough to see the sunrise and sunset.
Ooh,
You live in what, a penthouse apartment?
allegedly. You know what? Jay's taking the elevator. She's tired and lazy. She's hopping in the elevator.
Also, elevator.
Mr. Vegas?
Yeah, I'll also take the elevator.
Okay. As you all begin heading up the floors, it stops at one point, and for fun, for kind of one last large challenge, I would like all of you to roll your hunger dice as a group of club goers also walk into the elevator.
I'm good, but my hunger does increase.
Solid.
My hunger was a 1 and I rolled a 1.
Yeah!
So you're all able to not massacre this group of club goers.
Noise.
Did they get on to go down as we're going up?
Oh yeah, they're waiting in this elevator for a while. So you know what? Roll one more time.
I dropped my dice. Oh, God.
I'm good, but my hunger is now a 3.
What is that?
Good. I almost wasn't.
I am also good. I keep my hunger's at a 2, and I rolled a 3.
So
my hunger's at a 2. I rolled a 3.
So as you're kind of in this quiet elevator, no one's really talking. There's maybe some small talk between the club goers. I'm gonna individually go through. Vic, what does it look like as you're fighting back every being that's telling you that is a tasty looking neck right there? I want to bite into it. There's so much blood.
I think Vic is not really fighting back. He is number one using that newfound power to like cycle through them to be like, all right, which one is the most I can pull away from the group if I need to?
Mm-hmm.
Which is the most ditzy?
Mm-hmm.
And we will strike up a conversation with that one as a way to like alleviate whatever is happening.
Mm-hmm. Cliche, it's a middle-aged blonde man.
Solid.
Donovan, same question.
Donovan had pulled the makeshift scarf up when they walked into the building to talk to Jerome and say they were sick. That scarf is still up, but he is, because of his regeneration, he is constantly piercing through his bottom lip and then drawing it out, and then as it closes, he's biting back through it again. And like, he's essentially just gnawing at his own lip behind the scarf.
Mm-hmm. Lastly, same question to Jay.
Jay, in like a complete opposite vein, is because she got her newfound charm. She's just talking to everyone like it's like a normal day. Because in her head, if she can distract herself enough, she won't do anything.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like the most mundane. Think of like college girls just yapping at each other. It's a bunch of giggles. It's a bunch of like odd sounds as we're like, oh my god, your shoe. It's just that.
There's that conversation happening, and then in trying to keep himself tucked in the corner of the elevator, gnawing at his own flesh, is Donovan. Eventually, the elevator dings.
Vic Vegas talking to a middle-aged blonde man.
Yep.
How about them Yankees?
How about them Yankees? Yo, fuck the Yankees.
Fuck the Yankees. Everyone here.
As the elevator dings onto Jay's floor, you're all able to get out and head into the room. The last quote-unquote challenge of the night, as, you know, kind of quote-unquote speeding through the night, is the fact that you have large windows and you can see out into the city. I mean, you have curtains, but
They're probably like those awkward like sheer curtains that don't really keep out the light. They're just pretty.
Mm-hmm.
There's a guest room that way. Blackout curtains. I mean, I wouldn't stay in the living room.
Hey,
Foil.
Big Don, you can have the guest room. You have a bathtub?
That door.
Fuck yeah. He's just gonna go close the bathroom door, and I'm gonna make myself comfy in the bathtub.
Do you want like a comforter, a pillow?
Fine like this.
Okay.
Foil.
Oil?
Aluminum foil. Aluminum foil. Foil.
It's in the kitchen.
And just like impatiently And due to his increased hunger, his arms now are like almost touch, like the palms of his hands could touch the floor. And he is almost like four-limbed, walking as fast as he can into the kitchen. And he is taking the foil and he is wetting it on one side and then sliding sheets of it over the windows. And he will do that to the room that Jay will be sleeping in first, and then in the guest room, leaving the main living area of like the loft space or whatever it is uncovered, but at least the rooms that we would be resting in, those windows are seated and sealed with this foil on all of the windows.
As you prepare the apartment for the morning, the three of you can find rest and the comfort of friendship in undeath, perhaps. As day comes and you sleep through, you're all still resting when night comes, when night starts to fall once more. A letter is slipped under the door into the apartment with an old school, wax seal on it. Unopened. You're all resting. You've made it through your first night as newly turned vampires. The camera shifts upwards as the sun goes down on Manhattan, and atop the high-rise on the roof, on each corner of the building, are ancient and old vampire lords. Think nails going this long, sharp, jagged fangs all throughout their mouths. They have the classic pointed ears. They have the, ragged and wrinkled skin covered in those classic, vampire hoods, as they all look upon Manhattan and three successful vampires with Kevin somewhere out there.
I was so hoping you were going to say one of them was holding Kevin off the side of the building and getting ready to just let go.
Perhaps for
you did great, but you fucked up.
Perhaps for another session, as Kevin is still out there. I know three of you might want to, or at least two of you definitely want to take it to Kevin. So, perhaps another session in the future of Turning by Dusk, it'll be, rather than The City That Never Wakes, it'll just be titled Kill Kevin. But that has been Turning by Dusk. That has been The City That Never Wakes. We got to see our vampires survive the night and tear some people to shreds in the meantime. Thank you everyone for watching. Let's go back through our players in reverse. Javante, who are you? Where can we find you? What do you got upcoming?
Hi, everybody. My name's Javante. I run things on the stupid freaking internet. You can find me over on my channel, which is twitch.tv/eclipse613, where currently speaking, I run, going back into it, Blood and Cinders, a game set in the world of Somnus Domina, as made by Logan Laidlaw of Nat19 fame, which includes two of these nerds. Our exceedingly happy version of the vampire with Orm, and depressed dad bard Adrian, who is definitely doing things for the right reasons. This also includes Red Panda Cola, Doki, and Evie, all very, very, very cool people. Other things that I am doing, I am also the game mother for an alien game run over on Jellyfish Irving's YouTube channel, which will be pre-recorded. We'll have episodes out soon, TM. Am I doing anything? Oh yeah, I'm also on Pie's Bakery channel. I play Eco, everyone's favorite little shy girl, who almost died the last time that we played, so that's fun. I can't think of anything else that I'm doing currently speaking off the top of my head, but that is always subject to change in the near future.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're curious, keep an eye on my social media, which is currently my Twitter, because that's kind of the only thing I use, which is @Javante.
Wonderful, wonderful. Ray, who are you? Where can people find you?
Hi, I'm Ray, otherwise known as the Ray Wilds. I exist on the internet. Normally, this is where I go. You can find me everywhere at the Ray Wilds, except Twitch for the next 2 months because I did a funny where I am Lil Queso Cheese with a Z. That's important.
And in Discord.
No, I'm still Ray in Discord. I've just changed my display name. But yeah. Who knows where I'll appear next? 90% of the times my friends go, "Hey," and I go, "Sure." Except the next 2 months I get to slave away working on my masters.
Yay. And last but not least, the maker of the game, Arc. Who are ya? Where can we find ya? Shill all the stuff.
Hi, I'm Arc or ArclightCourt, Gridmaster, Lighthouse Keeper, Lore Writer, Beacon onto all beacons. I'm a TTRPG content creator, game designer, and writer, as seen tonight with Turning by Dusk, one of several games in Pocket World Anthology, a collection of mini, easy-to-learn systems to introduce people to TTRPG, fill in game nights where maybe the whole crew can't get together, or just something new to try, something new to flex the, fictional fantasy imagination, character ideas, and try new systems. That including Heroes, a tokusatsu TTRPG, and my brand new release, longest worked project, Vocarium, are all available on my website, ArclightCourt.com. Vocarium is a brand new diceless TTRPG. Core rulebook. It has been 5 years in the making. It went from an 800-page manuscript to 256 pages, available in hardcover, paperback, and digital download. You can find all of that information at our website, ArclightCourt.com, or on our Instagram at ArclightCourt. Yeah, that's me. That's me. That's what I do. I tell stories. I make games. I hang out with my friends. This Thursday, you catch me on Eclipse 613 for Blood and Cinders. Sunday is Easter, so we won't be doing Guardians of the Grid over on Tabletop Misfits, but that Monday, you can catch me on Tabletop Misfits for Dress to Quest, where I return as Olivier, the Warlock Hexblade Bladesinger Wizard, with an Emerald Dragon as his patron, trying to get a magic item back from one of the party members to return it to the Arcane Brotherhood, or maybe kill the whole party. Nobody knows. I don't even know at this point. We'll figure it out as we go.
Lovely.
But that's me.
And with permission from the man, the creator of said game, whenever this is uploaded to YouTube, hopefully you'll also be able to find all those links for Arc and his games in the description.
Absolutely.
So buy this man's stuff. If you like vampires and hate guys named Kevin, buy the book. Buy his stuff. I have been Pie or Pie Guy here on Pie's Bakery channel. I run a whole bunch of stuff, such as Turning by Dusk tonight, and my own Monster Hunter based campaign, which uses Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition. Yes, I almost killed Eco. It was very fun for me, because I got to use some cool stuff as my boss monsters. Not so fun for my players. Thursday, Clip 613, I play Sad Dad Bard, who's definitely doing stuff for the right reason. On Blood and Cinders. Otherwise, there's a high possibility you'll find me just straight up on Arc's channel playing various video games if I'm not in a TTRPG. So that has been all of us.
Figured out how to play Commander.
Yes,
on
we
Tabletop
have.
Simulator.
And I feel like that's going to end up being a stream. So, but yes, my YouTube, Pie's Bakery, where everything is uploaded, such as tonight's game will be. Otherwise, you can find me all over the internet. But thank you everyone for watching. Shadow, I saw you in chat just now. Glad to hear you're alive. Thank you for being here, even if it's near the end, directly at the end. Thank you everyone for joining. Thank you everyone for playing. And we'll see you when we see you. Bye-bye.
Email, you have to be told to receive the right